So today, what are we talking of? We are talking of all the kinds of um, shortcomings that we have, that we may feel that we have, which does not allow us to reach out and be the original and authentic self that we need to be with love and devotion. So there are many things, that we feel restrict us. It could be thinking that I have too many flaws, or the people think I have too many flaws. I make too many mistakes. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not loved enough. Everybody hates me. Yeah. Or at the same time, something in you makes you judge everybody around you. And that judgment is actually not of the world. That judgment is what you are going through. That judgment is what you are feeling and expressing, or just becoming a victim of. And it becomes such a habit that when people point out something to you, that these are your shortcomings, you don't see them. You think the others are trying to malign you, or literally attack you, or ruin your reputation, or make you a laughing stock, or make you feel unworthy, or make you feel, that you do not belong. So there could be many reasons, many emotions and things that we create within ourselves that just do not allow us to accept and embrace our shortcomings, so that we understand, okay, this is something that is missing in us. And because once we accept and embrace it, we know that we are capable of understanding it completely and offering the world the same love and devotion that we expect from the world. So expectations are always there, what others should do for you, including love and devotion. Now, devotion and love is not just between, a partner or a man or a woman. Love is of a different kind. First of all, it is self-love. Do you love yourself enough to accept that, okay, this is a fault in me? So what if my skin color is, well, brown? So what if right now I'm not absolutely thin and slim person? So what if my hair is not that beautiful? So what if I do get angry once in a while? As long as that is with awareness, and I have the capacity to apologize and ask the other person for a pardon. Do I get into the blame games? Do I want to blame everybody else for everything wrong in my life? He did it, she did it, they did it, the house did it, the boss did it, the colleagues did it. There are so many did it's that we keep trying to add on in our lives. And this always comes because when you don't feel loved enough, when you don't feel that you are devoted to everything that you stand for, which means it's not just devotion and selfless towards God. First of all, you have to be selfless and worthy of yourself. And secondly, you have to be able to do all those actions that are needed with humility, with grace, with dignity, with love. And that is devotion. Isn't that how you worship your gods, or your gurus? Grace, dignity, love, and with faith and integrity. But why do we go through this? Why do we not understand that unless we learn to accept and embrace all that is happening in our life, we cannot accept and embrace anything that is projected, told to us, or what we experience? Everything becomes faulty. And when things are seen as faulty, you go through that unfortunate cycle of frustration, boredom, fear, regrets, guilt, you name it. They're all there. Do we need it? We don't. What do we want to do with it? Let's find out today with our recitation and discover those aspects. So what we'll do, as I said earlier, even if the video switches off suddenly, don't go away. We will log back immediately and continue the conversation, because after the recitation also, I'm sure there'll be many points that you'd like to discuss based on the recitation. Okay, so let's go forward with it. Close your eyes. Take a deep, deep breath. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in positivity, love, faith, integrity, and breathe out all your stresses, frustrations, anxieties, and the energies that do not resonate with you. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Invoke your healing masters, healing guides, healing angels, your higher consciousness, radical consciousness, love consciousness, prosperity consciousness, your teachers, mentors, gurus, and guides. Seek their support, seek their guidance, seek their understanding, and seek their blessings as you continue this road and journey of discovering the best of you, understanding what love and devotion is, and letting go of the shortcomings that you think are stopping you in such a way that the journey ahead becomes easy and effortless as you continue to connect to the prime resource energy. Collect all your personal thoughts from wherever they are in the universe. See them, feel them, entering you, centering you. And with this, take a deep breath and let's learn to accept and embrace our shortcomings and awaken what we need to in our lives. So recite with me. I accept and embrace my perceived shortcomings and flaws. I accept and embrace my perceived shortcomings and flaws. I accept and embrace my perceived shortcomings and flaws. I accept and embrace my need to mask my shortcomings and flaws. I accept and embrace my need to mask my shortcomings and flaws. I accept and embrace my need to feel the unloved one. I accept and embrace my need to feel the unloved one. I accept and embrace my need to feel the unloved one. I accept and embrace my feeling of bitterness. I accept and embrace my feelings of bitterness towards myself and others. I accept and embrace my feelings of bitterness towards myself and others. I accept and embrace my judgment of others for feeling ignored. I accept and embrace my judgment of others for feeling ignored. I accept and embrace my judgment of others for feeling ignored. I accept and embrace my frustration. I accept and embrace my frustration. I accept and embrace my frustration. I accept and embrace my grudges about myself and others. I accept and embrace my grudges about myself and others. I accept and embrace my grudges about myself and others. I accept and embrace my guilt of self-pity. I accept and embrace my guilt of self-pity. I accept and embrace my guilt of self-pity. I accept and embrace my rejection of myself and others. I accept and embrace my rejection of myself and others. I accept and embrace my rejection of myself and others. I accept and embrace my egoistic behavior masking my weakness. I accept and embrace my egoistic behavior masking my weakness. I accept and embrace my egoistic behavior masking my weakness. I accept and embrace my pride, which makes me defend my inadequacy and incompetency. I accept and embrace my pride, which makes me defend my inadequacy and incompetency. I accept and embrace my pride, which makes me defend my inadequacy and incompetency. I accept and embrace my regret of doing wrong that makes me self-righteous. I accept and embrace my regret of doing wrong that makes me self-righteous. I accept and embrace my regret of doing wrong that makes me self-righteous. I accept and embrace my need to compare myself to mask my feeling of being small. I accept and embrace my need to compare myself to mask my feeling of being small. I accept and embrace my need to compare myself to mask my feeling of being small. I accept and embrace my association of masking my flaws with growth. I accept and embrace my association of masking my flaws with growth. I accept and embrace my association of masking my flaws with growth. I accept and embrace my fear of being proved incompetent or wrong. I accept and embrace my fear of being proved incompetent or wrong. I accept and embrace my fear of being proved incompetent or wrong. I accept and embrace my fear of losing love. I accept and embrace my fear of losing love. I accept and embrace my fear of losing love. I accept and embrace my need to prove my worthiness by masking my flaws. I accept and embrace my need to prove my worthiness by masking my flaws. I accept and embrace my need to prove my worthiness for masking my flaws. I accept and embrace my regret of letting my ego, pride, build barriers in my relationships. I accept and embrace my regret of letting my ego and pride build barriers in my relationships. I accept and embrace my regret of letting my ego and pride build barriers in my relationships. I accept and embrace my regret of judging others for being egoistic, proud, and righteous. I accept and embrace my regret of judging others for being egoistic, proud, and righteous. I accept my regret of judging others for being egoistic, proud, and righteous. I accept and embrace my ego, pride, and righteousness, creating barriers in my relationships. I accept and embrace my ego, pride, and righteousness, creating barriers in my relationships. I accept and embrace my ego, pride, and righteousness, creating barriers in my relationships. I accept and embrace my need to admit the defenses that I have built. I accept and embrace my need to admit to the defenses that I have built. I accept and embrace my need to admit to the defenses that I have built. I accept and embrace my need for courage to admit to the defenses I have built. I accept and embrace my need for courage to admit to the defenses I have built. I accept and embrace my need for courage to admit to the defenses that I have built. I accept and embrace my need to stop trying to change people. I accept and embrace my need to stop trying to change people. I accept and embrace my need to complement others' weaknesses through my strength. I accept and embrace my need to complement others' weaknesses through my strength. I accept and embrace my need to complement others' weaknesses through my strength. I accept and embrace my need to recognize and constructively address my flaws. I accept and embrace my need to recognize and constructively address my flaws. I accept and embrace my need to recognize constructively and address my flaws. I accept and embrace 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 my self-love. I accept and embrace my self-love. I accept and embrace my self-love. I accept and embrace my kindness to myself and others. I accept and embrace my kindness to myself and others. I accept and embrace my kindness to myself and others. I accept and embrace my devotion and understanding. I accept and embrace my devotion and understanding. I accept and embrace my devotion and understanding. Take a deep breath. I see my devotion and understanding. I feel my love, devotion, and understanding. I acknowledge my love, devotion, and understanding. I love and accept my love, devotion, and understanding. I honor my love, devotion, and understanding. I honor the brilliance in my love, devotion, and understanding. I am my love, devotion, and understanding, and my love, devotion, understanding is me. I see my love, devotion, and understanding. I feel my love, devotion, and understanding. I acknowledge my love, devotion, and understanding. I love and accept my love, devotion, and understanding. I honor my love, devotion, and understanding. I honor the brilliance in my love, devotion, and understanding. I am my devotion, love, and understanding. And my love, devotion, understanding is me. Take another deep breath to absorb this, and then affirm with me. I passionately and peacefully progress with understanding, love, and devotion to myself and others. I passionately and peacefully progress with understanding, love, and devotion for myself and others. I passionately and peacefully progress with understanding, love, and devotion for myself and others. Take a deep breath again to absorb this. And now feel all the messages, all the affirmations today of acceptance and embracing, filling up your mind, body, and soul, and every part of your body, and your organs, muscles, cells. And when you feel a sense of completion, take a deep breath to absorb it, and you can open your eyes. Take your time. Any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions, any questions, anything you'd like to discuss? Raise your hands and I'll call you one by one. All right, so who was first? This is Natanya. Yes, Natanya, what's your question?
Ma'am, as I was reciting with you, I was not able to resonate very well with all the affirmations that you said. Somewhere beneath, I felt a ripple, a very strong ripple I felt with the statements that I was reciting. And there was a distraction, definitely, to some extent as well.
Okay, okay. So what happens, you see, we are all very, the ego and the pride and the righteousness that all of us have, that is very strong. And do we see our shortcomings? We're not ready to see them. Correct. We are not able, and we are not able to perceive them also because we don't know it. It has become a part of our growing up. It has become a part of our conditioning. It can also be a part of our beliefs that may have come from, anywhere, right from childhood, right through college, right through friends, right through relationships, anywhere. So haven't you noticed if somebody tells you, you talk very offensively and you immediately, start reacting and saying, how dare they say that? I'm perfectly fine. They're just out to find fault with me. But if many people are saying the same thing over and over again, then we need to introspect what is it that we are doing that is making the other people feel repulsed by us. When I say repulsed, I don't mean in the bad way, but I mean that, that they want to stay away from you. Haven't you also, all of us, commented on others by saying, no point talking to that person or no point going to their house. She's very toxic or her family is toxic or whatever. We are judging others.
Correct.
Yeah. We judge others. But at the same time, what happens is that we are not able to see that we are adding to those emotions. Let's accept them the way they are. If they are toxic people, it's
Okay,
okay.
yeah, okay.
It's their story. Remember, it is not
Yes,
my
yes,
story.
yes. Correct, yes, I remember
So
now.
it's like, let me give you another very simple, cute example. It's like a
Okay,
potato,
okay.
aloo, potato,
Huh,
huh?
huh.
And I'm sure if we all ask to make a sukhi sabji of potato,
Mm-hmm.
dry, potatoes, every
Mm-hmm.
one of us will have a different way of making it. It may be
Correct.
similar, but it will
Mm.
still be different.
Recipe
So
will be
does it
different.
mean, yeah, recipe, maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the
Mm-hmm.
same for spices. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it is the same for, I don't know, the oil or whatever else, everything. Maybe it's all boiled potatoes and then cooked. But what is happening is everyone has their own way of cooking it. So is there
Correct.
wrong? No, it is not wrong. Is ours wrong? Or is ours is the only one which is the best? No, it is not. So, yeah, the only thing that can be different is this level of spice. Somebody can be very
Correct.
spicy and somebody can be less spicy. But the potato and its cooking, everything. So, similarly, for all of us, as an
Mm-hmm.
example, it is
Mm-hmm.
important to understand that it's okay. That is their story. We do not have to get into their stories and judge them for their behaviors because we are actually judging ours, and that is why we are brought into this scenario to see that this is what it is. Look within yourself, because when we see that, we generate reactions or thoughts or
Mm-hmm.
decisions
Okay.
or beliefs, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all okay. Nothing is wrong. Get it?
Got it, got it.
So if you are having resistance right now, it may be because
Mm-hmm.
somewhere these energies are still, well, floating
Correct.
inside, and
Correct, yes.
there will always be a resistance to let it go. You cannot let it
Mm-hmm.
go very easily.
Correct, yes.
Sometimes you see some people, their egos never leave them. They live a whole life with their ego because
Very true.
yeah. But what do they do in the process? Probably the people who matter start leaving
Mm-hmm.
their lives, may not be there around them all the time, right? So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, that's just an example. Does that answer your question, Natanya?
Yes, yes, it does. It does. Now I understand why the ripple is there. Because
Yeah.
obviously, as you have explained, ma'am, one more thing is there. Uh, I'm aware that I also have something in me, and that
Mhm.
is why I don't have acceptance. This is also what I feel. Is there
Okay.
any statement, please, can you provide me so that actually I can repeat it in my mind and I can reprogram it with it?
Very simple for all of us. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to be okay.
All right. That's a
It's
very short and sweet.
absolutely, it's okay to be okay because we're
All
not
right.
giving ourselves permission to be okay because of the
Hmm.
resistance.
Got it.
Get it? So it's
That
okay to
makes
be
sense.
okay. Yeah.
All
Simple and sweet for all of us. Yeah.
right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay. Then we have Mansi. Yes, Mansi.
Thank you so much. I was just thinking in these lines, and we did this today's session, and I resonated with each and every word, though I could
Mhm.
not completely close my eyes and do it. But
That's
every
okay.
time
That's
those
okay.
words were like, reminding me how exactly I'm like expecting or looking for some kind of validation from others,
Yeah.
and realigning with all those things. It was very beautiful. So I'll definitely go through the recording in case if I'm able to get those.
No, no, the
Uh,
recording will be available on Radical Insights on the YouTube, and it will also be available on my personal channel. And
yeah.
it'll
I would
it'll
like
be
to
there.
have the link because I think, attending for the first time your session,
Okay.
and
Okay.
surprisingly, it was very, very nice. The one which I really wanted, but why I'm
Surprisingly.
into like लो मुझे validation दे, yeah, something like that. I'm like एक ऐसा लग रहा था you were opening the pages and reading me. मैंने कहा अभी
So
like
so So Mansi, firstly, you said surprisingly, so thank you for that. I didn't
Yeah.
know what that means exactly. But yeah, we have been having Fulsome Friday. We took a break because Aatmn was doing another program at the same time. But every Friday, and it is not just recitation, we also had fun things over here. And Abhi, because I think we found a formula, Apurva. So, we can sort of spread our time because of the limitation of time, but we'll break it into two parts so that everybody gets the benefit of it. So we do a lot of things here. We also do Antakshari over here, by the way. So it's a
Oh,
great
wow.
fun platform. That's why we call it
How did
Fulsome
you know I
Friday.
sing and I love singing?
Well, I knew it. It came to me energetically. No,
Your
my
antipodes
point.
are up.
Well, I think Radical teaches us that, to be sensitized and sensitive to our surroundings and the
True.
consciousness because it is connecting us, all of us. So there's reason enough to understand that a lot more is needed because we do have recitations, we do have open houses, we do have chakra readings, etc. Everything happens. So, but we also want to tell you that we do have fun also. Yeah, so
True.
no worries.
I was just
So,
wondering, like, why did I even, talking about someone today morning with so much of expectation, we do certain things. So, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
everything is,
So start loving yourself and you'll love
yeah,
everything around you.
sure. Thank you so
Start
much.
giving
Thank you for your
devotion
time.
to yourself. Yeah. So then things start working for you. Yeah.
So, मुझे भी एक
Okay.
छोटा सा बेबी सा चाहिए. It's okay to be okay, or something similar to how to
ये
love
आज
myself.
आज आज के लिए यही काफी है सबके लिए that it's okay to be okay.
To be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless
Yeah.
you're okay with everything around you, that I'm fat, I'm short, I'm dark, I don't have, I'm not able to go out so much, I'm
Yeah.
not able to provide, people stare at me, people make fun of me, blah, 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 blah. So many things we surround ourselves with. Now, just think of all that and just tell yourself it's okay to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
It's just that
Simple.
many a things before even coming to this field, honestly, till 2019, I was not even aware of all these things. But many things whichever I've been suggesting people, it has turned out to be true for them in future. But they did not
Yeah.
accept at that time. और मुझे लगता है मैंने उनको बोला कि देखा याद है I was reminding you do this and then they were like yeah but we know it won't happen kind of thing. तो इतना resistance उनमें रहता है. And I was like, मैं कोई shining नहीं मार रही हूँ यार, मैं तुम्हारी भलाई के लिए बोल रही हूँ and why you always like make me feel that, हाँ ठीक है
No,
आप
no,
तो
no.
बोलती रहती
Huh.
tips.
So, yeah, make me feel because if we believe in ourselves and if we are doing everything in integrity and with love, devotion, and faith, there is no reason because you see, they are fighting their resistances, they are not fighting
Yeah.
you. So,
No,
and
they are not
because it has
fighting me.
been, yeah, when I say fighting, I'm talking in terms of energetically. When
Correct.
you see, they already manifested it at that time, but the completion of fulfillment of it was to take its time as to when it is to happen. So it's okay
Mm-hmm.
again. It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay to be okay.
Exactly.
I'm loving it. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Next we have Lakshmi. Yes, Lakshmi. Tell me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was wonderful. And I
Thank
could
you.
have the visions, I could see the visions of partition, Hindustan,
Okay.
Pakistan partition, as my
Okay.
grandparents came from there only. So they lost
Okay.
almost everything there. So
Hmm.
I could feel that pain. And as you started, within a 5 minutes, I was just throwing out something from my space. I was not aware what is it. I
Hmm.
was just pushing out something. And
Okay.
later on, I was pushing out from my aura also. Gradually, I could
Beautiful.
see the bloodshed, everything, as if something is being snatched from the hands, and everything, the jewelry is gone. So all
Okay.
those visions were there, and slowly, gradually, I could see the light. Everything
So,
settled out. Something.
yeah, Lakshmi, I'd like you to also say, I let go and I let go and I flow with the flow of life. Because
I
maybe
let
let
you
go,
go.
no, I let
Okay, I
go
let go.
and
Hmm.
I flow and I
And I
flow
flow
with the flow of life.
With the flow of life.
Yeah. Why I'm saying this is because if there's such a strong traumatic memory has come up, maybe it is some, sort of ancestral karmic or past life energy programming that has awakened. Okay.
Yes.
But it's nothing to worry about. Just say, I let go and I let flow with the flow of life.
Ma'am, daily I write this affirmation for last 15 days or so. I lovingly flow with the flow of my life.
Fantastic.
So
Then
I can
continue with that. Continue with that only.
Okay.
That you can just add, I let
Okay.
go.
Okay, I will
let
add on
go.
this.
I let go and I lovingly flow with the flow of life.
With the flow of my life. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Not flow of my life. Life. Zindagi.
Flow of life only. Okay.
I let go and I lovingly flow with the flow of life. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. I'll do that.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
you.
Welcome. Anybody else having any questions or anything else you'd like to ask me?
So I can ask one more.
Yeah, sure. Mansi,
So just
bolo.
that I do not like people staring at me, especially the opposite sex. I get terribly annoyed. Uh,
So work on
no,
your annoyance because
uh,
why should you feel somebody is staring at you? There may be, again, as I said, some inner child in childhood or in some beliefs and conditionings which are sitting inside, which can't be done here. Are you doing the curriculum with us, Mansi? You are doing
I've
the
done
curriculum?
ENI. I'm repeating it with Aatmn ma'am. I was with her just a few minutes back.
Right. So not to worry. You can go to open house also, that is available for premium members. If you're not a premium member, please join, because the amount of benefit you have with all the open house activities that we have, in the premium group, that will be really beneficial for all of you, right? Whoever is not a member. So it would be a good idea. And if there's a possibility, there could be some inner child, there could be a possibility there is some trauma associated with people looking at you.
Yeah,
right?
lots of.
Yeah. So right now you can just say, I accept and embrace literally people looking at me. I accept and embrace it. देख रहे हैं ना, देखने तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? It's okay to be okay, no? Because if you love yourself and if you are complete and if you are fulfilled energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, then nothing matters. Nothing matters at all. Okay? But all of us, by the way, it takes a journey to reach there. So don't think it's सब कुछ overnight हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. So it will take time, but yeah. Okay? So that should help you and accept and embrace the people looking at me. Simple. Don't have to go into too many complications about it. Okay?
Sure.
Only thing is, when they look at you, how does it make you feel?
I get an yucky feeling. I don't know why.
Sorry?
I get an yucky feeling when they look at me.
Okay. So you can also work with.
So I feel that, I mean, I'm not that कि कोई ऐसे पलट के देखने लायक तो मेरा चेहरा नहीं है. So that I don't know.
देखो, you just said it. कोई पलट के देखने लायक मेरा चेहरा नहीं है. तो
I mean, I'm not heroine कि भाई पलट के देखने की जरूरत पड़े, ऐसा मेरा कहने का मतलब है. Not that I was like.
No, it's okay, Mansi. This is one of the points that we raised with the whole this recitation today. Self-love नहीं होता है ना. That is why we go through all this also. That you think that I'm not worthy of looking at. I mean, why should people look at me? Why are they looking at me? I'm not even worthy. I mean, मैं देखने लायक नहीं हूँ तो क्यों देख रहे हैं? तो हम ये कहते हुए, what are we doing to ourselves? We are firstly condemning ourselves. We are judging ourselves. We are, in a way, mentally abusing ourselves. हाँ, जैसी हूँ, अच्छी हूँ, बढ़िया हूँ, सुंदर हूँ, ठीक है, देखो एडमायर करो, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. सो सेल्फ लव. इसमें से आज इसमें रेसिटेशन में देयर इज अ सेंटेंस आल्सो फॉर सेल्फ लव. बी काइंड टू योरसेल्फ, लव योरसेल्फ. या तो ऐसे कर करके इट विल ग्रेजुअली वर्क. नो वरीज. Okay, so I think that was it, and thank you so much all of you for being here. And yes, we'll meet again next Friday. Next Friday we'll do something fun. No worry. Okay, all the best. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.